Can I, Des Butler, make a ring that looks like it came from a volcano with glow-in-the-dark elements and a black crackle top? I have no idea. We're gonna find out in this video. That's what this video is all about. What's going on, my fellow jewelers? So I saw a ring on YouTube that was glow in the dark, that looked like it came from lava, from this creator. Oh my gosh, I watch this guy all the time, and I'm like, can I do that? Can I really do that? And so in this video, I'm gonna see if I really can, and you're gonna come along with me, and I may teach you a couple things, or I may teach you things not to do. So let's dive in right now, right here. Let's go. Okay, so I have everything I need to make it. I got my UV, I got my glow in the dark stuff, I got my coloring for this. Now this is the biggest, most important thing about this whole ring. You need a crackle, right? A crackle paint, a crackle paste. It needs to only be one step. Oh my goodness. I found out that if it's just a medium, then it won't work. Look at this. I bought this to begin with. I bought that guy to begin with, and it didn't work. Look at this. Like, it didn't crackle. It didn't do nothing. I'm going to mix my paint up. So I have glow-in-the-dark elements. All the stuff I'm using today, you can look in links in the description below. I want to do red and yellow because it looks, you know, most like lava to me. And I'm actually going to color this a lot. I'm going to color it a lot because I really want it to be very glowy. And I feel, and I don't know if this is true or not, it's just my theory. I feel if I put a lot of the elements in, of the coloring in, then it will glow more. That might not be true. Tell me in the comments if that's true or not, if you know for sure. This is all just fun and games, people, fun and games. We're just experimenting today. And then I'm going to add my UV. I have said so many times in my videos that you can't really color deeply your UV resin because then the light won't penetrate through, your UV light won't penetrate through, and it won't cure, it won't dry properly, it won't harden properly. But we're not using UV resin, we're using, right, the crackle paste, the one step. And so I'm going to darken it really, I want to make it as black as possible. And we really don't need a lot. I mean, seriously, it's a ring, people. But I'm going to make a lot for the sake of not knowing what I'm doing for trying this puppy out. And then we're going to darken it because I want to make it black. I want to make it really black. I'm going to need a lot more. It looks blue. That's weird. Okay, apparently we need to add a lot of black. Man, that's weird. That's a pretty blue, but I need more black. I need more black. No wonder it looked like a paste in the video. When I watched the video, it looked like this chunky paste, and I'm like, what in the world? This is so weird. Again, we're experimenting. We have no idea if this is gonna work. I just watched a video and like, let's try it, right? Like, that's what you do. Okay, it is finally turning black. After all those, I mean, it was scoop after scoop after scoop. I think my next experiment, I would try acrylic paint and do it black because that was a lot of mica powder. Like, that was like, I felt like half my bottle. I might be exaggerating just a little, but it felt like half my bottle. So I had, for rings, I had to get a tumbler. I had to get a tumbler maker. I don't know the technical term, so that it would keep spinning and that my UV resin wouldn't drip. The liquid I'm putting on here wouldn't drip. And so, yeah, I've tried doing rings before and they drip, but this baby keeps it from dripping. I want it turning away from me. I like that so much better. Someone did ask me, like, okay, I have a tumbler, but it doesn't fit the small rings. You're right, it doesn't fit the small rings. I haven't figured that out yet, and my husband's been gone a lot, so I haven't been able to ask him. So when I figure out how to put smaller rings on this thing, then I will let you know. But instead, for the big rings, I put tape around so that they stay put and they don't move when I'm trying to put my UV resin on. So see my little tape? It's so that this stays on. And this is a size 11, so it's a pretty big ring. So I love using these guys for my tool. So I'm just gonna dip him in. I'm gonna put it along. I'm just use it to kind of dab, right? Because I want it throughout, because I want to put the red neon in between, and then I can always come back and add more. And then I kind of spread it out, spread it out, spread it out. Yep, yes, spread it out, just like that. And then I got a napkin because I like to wipe it off. And then I will go in the places that I didn't get the yellow, and I will put just barely, it's just a nice, fun, kind of relaxing thing to do. Just put it on. This is the fun part. This is the part I like to do. Mixing colors, whatever, but this is where it starts to come together, and I love it. Okay, and we're gonna just dab some more, right? Just a little dab will do ya. Little dab will do ya. Oh, and I wanna put a little orange there. The hard part is if you miss a spot, then you have to wait for it to come all the way back around. So we're just putting it, putting it on just like that. I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow, but yeah, this is just the fun part. It's just gently getting a little bit on, not too much so you're not dripping everywhere. And then putting a little bit on, and then filling in the gaps. And it's okay if it gets around the edge. I find if I take my nail or I take like a little just sharp object, I don't know, like a knife, I don't know, like X-Acto knife or something, and I just, when it dries and I just cut off the edges, right, to make it look really clean and crisp, it goes away really quickly. So it's really nice. It's really nice that way, where you don't feel like you have to be too precise, and you can not be worried about making a mess around the edges. Yeah, this is looking pretty. Oh, this is looking so pretty. I'm excited. I don't want to fill it too much. Like you have it's just a tiny little gap on that ring. So you don't want to fill it too much, or you won't be able to put our black paste on. Oh my gosh, is this even gonna work? We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it works. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. Okay, let's get the light on it. Ooh, so when you're doing light, get these cups away from it so you don't harden these guys. So I'm gonna take my light. I don't have a fancy light that goes on its side, so I'm making my light go on its side. I'm gonna make my light. Ooh, so bright. I'm gonna make my light go. See how I did that? So I'm making my light go on the side. I'm gonna dry it, harden it, cure it, whatever, for as long as I can. I'm gonna check it out with my finger to see how sticky it is, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, I did it for about 3 minutes. You can just scratch off the edges. You don't have to do that now, but I want to. Okay, let's put our paste on. This is crazy stuff. Okay. Again, I've never done this before. We're gonna see if it works. Oh, this makes my, like, I'm a little like anxious, or a little like, oh, like, is it gonna work or not? Okay, let's just dive right in. Okay, I'm gonna take my paste. Okay, we wanna just kind of, it is so pasty. Okay, I'm gonna put it back on here. Put it back on here. Cause it's just it's so pasty. And that ring was so pretty. If I ruin this ring from trying this out and it doesn't work, I'm gonna be so sad, because that was such a pretty ring. Now it looks cool. It just looks like charcoal. We'll see if it cracks. It needs to dry though. We're gonna see. We're just gonna see. It has to dry. Oh my gosh, is this even gonna work? Well, it's been quite the day waiting for this thing to dry. As you can see, I had a haircut while I was waiting, and I went and saw my sister, had dinner there, and I came back and nothing happened. Yeah, no, nothing happened. Even as I waited, I was like, well, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I shouldn't put the mica powder in. Maybe I should put acrylic paint in. And so I did that, experimented. It still didn't work. So let me show you the results. So this is the mica powder. I actually really like the texture of it. I think it's pretty cool. If I get my my light on there, you can kind of see some poking through. Do you see that? See some poking through, but it's not like I saw it in the video. I'm pretty bummed. I feel like Bob Ross with like happy accidents, because I feel like it's a really cool texture, and you could maybe put a layer of clear UV around it to make it look pretty neat. But at the end of the day, I'm just so disappointed. Let me show you the pendants I made to try to figure this out. So I had leftover, right? And so I did really thick, I did thin and even thinner, and it still didn't really do anything. Do you see it? Like, oh yeah, you can see it like poking through. You can see a little bit, but you can't see anything poking through here, right? But it didn't really do the cracking like I saw in the video. And then this is the acrylic paint. These two are the acrylic paint that I mixed with my one-step crackle paint, and nothing happened. Even worse, nothing happened. And so anyway, so you tell me, nail or fail. I mean, it's gonna be fail. To the max, it's gonna be fail. But I actually really want to hear from you. What would you do different? Like, could there be any, have you done this technique and had it be successful? What could I have done that could have been better? Or is it just that guy isn't amazing and no one can duplicate it, and people like me just shouldn't even try anymore? Oh my gosh. No, seriously. You know, sometimes you're just like, you know, you just got to cut your losses and stuff. All right, guys, it's in my video. And that means I love praying for my viewers. That's right. I love praying for you and encouraging you. And so the Lord wanted me to share a dream I had that he had given me during a really hard time. We had just been asked to leave our house, and we were living in the basement of a couple. And I came up with, let's just get an RV. Let's get an RV. Let's put it on the church property, and let's just live there and save up as much as possible. But I wanted to know from the Lord. I was like, Lord, is that you? Like, should we do that? Like, is that something we should do? Because I was just so discouraged about a house. He promised me a house 12 years ago, and it just hasn't come to pass. And so I asked Lord, I go, Lord, it was just before I was falling asleep. I was in bed about ready to fall asleep. I go, Lord, either give me a dream or tell me in the morning if we should get an RV. And so just before I woke up in the morning, I had a dream, and in the dream, my son threw something in the water, and he jumped in after it, and he doesn't swim very well. And so I jumped in after him. I'm like, Gabriel, get back up, like get back up to the dock, and I'm freaking out because I'm scared he's going to drown. And all of a sudden, I don't see him, and I'm screaming for my husband who's on the dock just sitting there, and I'm like, Joel, help, and I'm screaming. I am in terror. I'm like starting to cry, and I'm like, please help. I grab the thing he was going after, and I get back on the dock, and he's gone. He's gone. I don't see him anymore. And I'm going to my husband. I'm just looking down at his feet, and I'm just looking down at his feet, and I'm crying, and I'm like, he's gone, Joel. He's gone. And I'm just bawling my eyes out, barely able to speak. And I hear my son, Mom. And I look up, and there he was standing beside my husband. He goes, I'm fine. I turned back around. I got back on the dock, and I made it. And I'm just bawling my eyes out once again that my son's alive. And I wake up, and it was so vivid. It was so real. And I was like, Lord, what the heck was that? He goes, you asked me about an RV. And I'm like, what does that have to do with an RV? What in the world does that have to do with an RV, right? And he said, Gable represented my promise of a house, like the promise. And I thought the promise died, and I was screaming to Joel, and Joel represented God, and God looked like he wasn't doing anything, but the Lord's like, he was watching the whole time to see if Gabriel would be okay, and he was gonna make sure he got on the deck. He watched the whole time to make sure that Gabriel came back alive. He's like, you crying out to Joel was you being crying out to me. God, where are you? Why aren't you providing a home for us? Like, why has all these bad things happened to us? Like, where are you? Like, help. And you thought that my promise for a house has died, and it hasn't. I'm going to bring it back to life. Do not buy an RV. Like, I have a home. A couple weeks later, probably like 2 or 3 weeks later, we got an offer for a house that we're going to be able to rent to own. And it's my dream house. It's my dream. Everything about the property, the house is my dream house. And the Lord wants to save up our savings so we can put a down payment on this house and stuff. And so I just want to encourage you, like those dreams that meant so much to you, that you've already mourned over, that you've already mourned the death over, that God is going to bring it back around and bring it back to life, that it's not over, that it's not done, that he's going to perform what he promised you, and those dreams are going to come back to life. So Lord, I just pray for my viewers, Lord, those times when you think those dreams are dead, it really is a death. It's a death in the heart. It's a death in a dream. And it just feels so real, and it feels like you're not doing anything, but you are. You're waiting for the right time. You're making sure that it's going to happen. You're watching over it. And so I pray for my viewers that felt like that dream died, whether it was wanting a child, wanting a business, whether it was wanting a house or wanting that right job. Lord, they thought it was gone and dead, but Lord, you're going to bring it back around, and you're going to bring it in the most amazing way. So I just pray for encouragement for my viewers. I pray that they won't give up. I pray that you bring that dream back to life, and Lord, just do it in the most amazing way so they know that it's you. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh, that got me teary-eyed. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a wild video, and I'll catch you in the next one right here, right here, right here. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.